Hey everyone, welcome to your Virgo full moon reading, and the Virgo full moon is going to be at its fullest on March 18th of 2022 at 1:17 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is the time zone I'm in, so you can adjust it for wherever you're at, but you of course will be feeling it a few days, a few after. If you're water signs and have a lot of water in your chart, you might feel like 2 years before, 2 years after. But it feels like that sometimes. So the full moon energy of the Virgo is bringing in very much the goddess of the harvest coming in. And I love these beautiful cards from these Yasmin Boland. And here's the beautiful Virgo full moon. And it says on here, take inspired action. So with this reading, we're going to be looking at what inspired action does the Creator and Spirit want you to know about? In what area of your life are we looking at inspiring some action during this, or around this Virgo full moon anyway? Also, there is this energy with Virgo of balancing between like dreaming big and being, practical. There's this balance between dreaming and being heavenly minded and being very earth, it's an earth element, so very grounded as well. So the divine masculine with its, spiritual power, and the divine feminine with very earthy goddess comforting as well. So there's this balancing that comes in. So I'll ask about balance as well for this reading. In this book that comes with these cards, she has this beautiful affirmation for the full moon in Virgo that says, I forgive myself for everything. I'm doing my best. And I love that energy for this because, as you are inspiring yourself for something or you're balancing things out, there's no super, user manual. I don't know if we would read it if we had it anyway, but you are doing the best moment by moment. You're always giving the best for that moment. So I love that. But we're going to jump in for a reading for each of the zodiac signs, and I'm going to jump in for your sign right now. All right, all my Aquarians, this is your Virgo full moon reading, and we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. We're just going to see what the Creator wants you to know about what area of your life could use some inspired action. So all you Aquarians, bringers of the age of Aquarius. All right, so for our Aquarians, okay, actually you get two. And the first one is your will. And the second one is the realization. Beautiful. And so I really want to focus in here on the will piece of this, because this realization, that's where this inspired action is being guided you to. What area of your life? Realizing what your will really is. And so we're going to talk about will so that we can know what that's all about. So it says decisions require action or inspired action, right? You are in control of your own decisions and life, no one else's. Passion and will determine a great proportion of your success. You will persist. You possess free will, which means you should focus on yourself first and avoid placing your will over another's. So, and the little affirmation for this card is, I have the will to make the changes I need. It says will feels like a very old-fashioned concept. In a modern world where it seems like everything is geared up to be as easy as possible, or there is always someone else to blame, the idea of placing our personal will persistently into something seems quaint. When we decide we're going to change something in our lives, let's say a particularly negative pattern or a bad habit, breaking the old way we do things can be difficult. The change requires a concentration of our will. We may want the change, but it is our will that insists we stay on the path to that change. To be willful means we have the power of control over our own actions, and that will fires up the persistence we need to get what we want. Contrary to popular belief, in witchcraft traditions, practitioners do not interfere with another's free will. This means we do not cast spells upon people to influence their behavior. How do we get what we want instead? We cast on ourselves in line with our will, focusing carefully on what we would like in our lives instead. For example, instead of casting a spell to get back our ex-boyfriend who doesn't want us by influencing will to love us again, we more ethically instead cast upon ourselves for our ideal partner. This way we don't interfere with the free will of that other person, and if the ex is our ideal partner, he'll return to us freely. If not, we've attracted someone new and better for us. Either way, win-win. I like that. To use our will productively, we should assess what we really want and make sure this is what we want to reach for. Perfect. And the companion stone is hematite, if you are into stones and crystals. Yeah, so this inspired action is to realize what you're really wanting in life, not being confused by what people have told you you should have in your life, but it's really finding out what it is that you want in your life and focusing your will and your willpower into that. We're also going to dig a little further with these Sirian Starseed Tarot, and we're just going to at least pull one card to represent what the Creator wants you to know about the subject of balance in your life during this time. So just give us a couple shuffles, one more, and then we'll see what the other side of this Virgo full moon energy with balance, what they want you to know about that. So for our Aquarians, all our Aquarians, okay, they want this one right here. Oh, look, you get two. So you've got the Hanging Man. So this is about time for movement, time for change, and also looking at things from a higher perspective. And I really like that for you because this is really about, like I was talking about, looking at what it is you truly want. I mean, you can even see this little yourself of yours. You have the little brightness around the head. It's this awareness that is coming of what you truly want in your life, not what, going after someone else's dream that they gave you for your life. And so this realization of your will, this is this awareness that comes looking at things from a different perspective, a higher perspective. And I really like that because it definitely is about connecting to your higher self, your higher world, to understand what your true passion of your heart is, where you really want to extend that willpower to. And then I laugh because the star card is the Aquarius card. This is you. You have shown yourself here. And so this beautiful balance that's coming in, they're like, yes, the balancing of this is discovering and remembering who you really are, that you're this bright star, that really, when it comes to change and doing things differently, the Aquarian energy is so you, because it is about not doing things the old way. Those old ways don't work anymore. It's doing things in a new way, which is exactly what we're headed toward here. So this balancing is this understanding of who you really are, balancing out all those external noise and opinions about who you should be, what you should be doing, blah, 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 and discovering yourself, your higher self, who you really are and what you really want out of your life. So I love this. In fact, I kind of want to move these this way, kind of have these like balanced, because we are going to pull some more cards from this Tarot of Dreams and see what else the Creator and everyone else wants you to know. All those beautiful beings of unconditional love and light on the other side, what else they want you to know about this inspired action and this balancing in your life, or anything else around this Virgo full moon. So for our Aquarians, what else do you have for them, please? Okay. So they want these two, and these two, and then these three. So a couple messages here. So for these two, you've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is a beautiful card. It's number 10, endings and new beginnings. You also have the Judgment card, which is card number 20, XX, which is double endings and double new beginnings. And these are so perfect because this card represents discovering the real you. So I'll have people that are in coffins down below, that this is your human side, and then you have your higher self here with usually it's a angelic being with a kind of a horn that's waking us up and allowing us to see who we really are, see the much larger, powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that you really are. And when you add 20, which XX is 20 in the Roman numerals down here, when you add those 2 and 0 together, you get the number 2, which is pretty important for this year of 2022. They actually had me start a free video series called U times 2, which I'll have linked at the end of the video here, that is about getting to know the two of us that are living this human experience. Your human side, that's the character, and your higher self, this higher perspective, your powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being self. So if you want to check that out, I really feel like they're nudging you for this because this message is so in alignment with that. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune has a beautiful story around it that Spirit gave me, which is before you came down here, your higher self chose one, when it's coming down and when it's leaving. Also, what character it was going to represent it during this adventure, this avatar, which is you, your human side. And it also chose all these fated events it wanted to experience through you so that it could more fully understand who it is by experiencing who it's not. You know, something smaller so that you can understand your bigness, understanding, going through fears to understand what the unconditional, non-fearing, being really feels like. So this brightness wanted to come experience some darkness and shadow so the contrast you could more fully understand who you are. Well, this journey that we're on, these fated events, you still have this beautiful choice, this free will to choose what each of those fated events means, like what story you apply to it. You get to choose. Also, what emotion you're going to feel during it. You get to choose. This free will is all about that. So this is perfect that those came up for you, because it allows you to understand that you don't have to fear what's coming, because you always get to choose what it means. You always get to choose what, you feel. Now, I know in the beginning when that message first came to me, I'm like, wait a minute. I don't feel like I'm making a choice. This happens, this is how I feel. This happens, this is what I think it believes. So where's this choice thing, this will you're talking about? Well, they slowed down time and they showed me that because of how I was conditioned growing up, all those popular opinions I took on as my own, that when things were reiterated over and over again and I put it into practice, they became my habit and thus became my reaction, so that when things happen, it goes very fast. But if they slow down time, they're like, see, here is when you decided it. You had this moment of like, what does this mean? Oh yeah, this is what it means. Well, you can take a deep breath and pause, and then you can decide what story you want to apply to any situation. That's your power of your free will, your power of choice. So I love that, because it does take you out of this place of feeling like you're on this runaway drama train that's about to run off the tracks and blow up, and explode because, it's all out of control. It allows you to see that life is much more designed than we have ever thought it to be. Very empowering. Yeah. Then you have the King of Wands. Wands is your drive, your ambition, your passion, your aha inspiration. It's also your spiritual energy. And so this King of Wands is the highest spiritual energy that you can have, which would be your higher self. So there's definitely this confirmation here of connecting to your higher self. Also, the King of Wands is very methodical and it's like an emperor energy. Once you understand that you are the one that controls your destiny, the one that everything is unfolding on purpose for you, you can guide your energy instead of into worry and all that chaos out there. You can really fine tune where you're directing your energy in your life and make it towards your passion instead of toward someone else's dream that they handed to you. Yeah, because then you have the sun, which the sun can represent ourselves. The sun sign represents how we see ourselves and how we look at ourselves. And the sun is like one of the most positive cards in the entire deck, which is all about victory and wholeness and completeness. It's also about shedding light onto the situations in our life. So you have this wands, this passion, this fire energy. This is this giant star in the sky, right? Almost looks exactly the same in these two here too. This is the realization of who you are. So definitely reiterated out the kazoo about this is about connecting to your higher self. Yeah, because you have the 10 of Wands. You are ready, again, another 10, endings and new beginnings. You're ready to transform your energy. Where you've been investing your energy in your life, you are ready to let that go and make this transition into this new place. And you have the Knight of Cups. And this is beautiful because cups are your emotions. And the Knight, all the cups, the royalty, which would be the page, the knight, the queen, the king, usually would carry the ace of cups with them. And I don't see it in here, but this is the quest. Yeah, you can see balance up here too. Libra, the balance. This is about balancing out your emotions and balancing the quest of the emotions that you're seeking after, which we definitely have this beautiful connection to the upper world. When you connect to your higher self, you connect to the beautiful energy, the beautiful unconditional love of the other realm. And so this change, this action, this movement of your emotions does happen as you let go of, it's like all this emotional energy you've been investing in trying to live different dreams and different things. You get all that energy back because of that, but you have this change of emotions that happens within you, and it's a calmness, it's a peace. It's not this chaotic swirl of like a hurricane. This is more like the movement of a stream. It's a beautiful, flowing, serene energy versus the outer world of chaos, which seems like a hurricane. This is being in the eye of the storm instead of being out in the storm. And then your final card is the Queen of Coins, which would be the Queen of Pentacles. She's a lot like the Empress, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, caring for you. It is about abundance, along with the Sun. So you got this abundance, this wholeness and this completeness, this connection to your emotions, this connection to your worth that changes because of all this. And yeah, definitely is this new birth. It's this new wonderful opening of your life. When you think of the Empress and the Pentacles being the outside world, it is like Mother Nature getting out there where you feel this freedom. You can take a deep breath of fresh air and you get to be you. I don't know why they just showed me someone running naked through the forest, free of everything. And so I'm not saying that to encourage you to do that, because in some places you could get arrested, but it's that free feeling. So it's this wonderful awareness that comes from all this. So I am loving this for you. So definitely the inspired action of really connecting to who you are and to what you want, what you truly want in life, and allowing that balance to come in between the physical world and the higher spiritual world of who you really are. I'd really look into that U times 2, because it is about the joining together of your human self and your higher self, and walking this journey in this beautiful, new, unique way, instead of walking around in the human fear, feeling like you're trapped and constantly, having to run from monsters, and not being so spiritually minded that you're off in a different world where you're no earthly good. It's this beautiful combination and balance of walking together. So I would check that out. And I don't have anything else to add there, Aquarians. I love this for you. And I want to let you know, if you are wanting even more additional messages of love from above, I do put out free videos each month. One is monthly readings for each zodiac sign. I also put out weekly energy updates for each of the elements, like air signs, water signs, etc. Full moon, new moon, and a variety of other videos. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button. That's going to give you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select all, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things helps spread the love, because when you like a video, you share a video, or comment on a video, or subscribe to a channel, the YouTube algorithm just goes crazy and loves it and wants to share videos of that channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of that, I am grateful for that. Also, these are general readings. If you want even more specific readings for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is in the description box below. All right, all my Aquas. Just know, as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing full moon. I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. But until then, you hang in there and you take care.